Okay, well, hello and welcome to another video by AntiquesArena. My name's Walter O'Neill. I'm a UK reseller. I buy and sell antiques, collectibles, weird, wonderful, interesting things at car boot sales and hope to flip them for a profit on my website, AntiquesArena.com. And today we're going to do a reveal what I found at car boot sales and other sources like charity shops and private. And I'm going to just show you what I've bought, what I've paid for it, what it's up for sale for, and just see what you think. I've had some lovely things, as always. I try and keep the videos interesting. So stick around, see what I've bought, see what you think, leave a comment, and yeah, happy days. So, should we get started? And this was the first piece I picked up, and it is a large, this is a really thick, heavy gauge copper. And it's been hand beaten, and it portrays an image of Nicholas Copernicus. He was born in 1473, and he was a famous mathematician, astronomer, Catholic, and he formulated a model that placed the sun at the center of the universe rather than the earth. Now, it's quite a real nice heavy-duty plaque. It's still got its original patina. Very important not to clean your copper and bronze. And it's a good size. I got to be honest, the work was done for me there. I didn't do that. I was very fortunate. Whoever owned it before me left the name of the man on there. But a simple image search would have revealed who he was, because it's quite a famous image. Anyway, this plaque is 10 inches by almost 8 inches, and it cost me £2. And it's up for £75. Now, age-wise, I can't tell you. He was born in 1473. Now, I know things were produced in 1973 for the 500-year anniversary, but this has got some good patina. It's really thick, handmade copper. So it could be 1873, it could be 1973. I don't know. It's not dated. It's not signed. So it's just a nice piece of copper. I will say it looked really good framed up in a museum, or not a museum, sorry, a university or something like that, where people study that type of thing. Then I had this. This is a large gold on silver man's curb bracelet. It's 8.5 inches and it's 56.7 grams. Now, the downside with it is it's got a bit of wear. Only on these two clasps down here by the end. A gentleman who sold it to me, he said you could see the way coming through, the gold coming off it. He said it's not gold, so he sold it for £2. Anyway, I got back to my car, pulled an eyeglass out, and lo and behold, it was gold on silver. There you go, 925 there, and 925 on the clasp there. But it's a nice, big, heavy gents curb bracelet for £2. Again, another £2 buy was this British-made Maxloom green enamel light shade, or lampshade. It's industrial. It's a big example. Now, it's got patches of rust on there and enamel loss on there. But if you ask me, that all adds to the character of the, the lamp. You don't want a brand new looking lamp if you want an industrial look. So, yeah, cost £2. And it was a big one. What is it? 16.5 inches in diameter. And it's up for £35. This one here is almost 200-year-old. It's a plate by Mason's Ironstone, and it's in the Chinese mountain gilded pattern. So it's circa 1825. It's in absolutely beautiful mint condition. No chips, no wear, nothing. It is absolutely crisp. There's the mark. And again, this was either £1 or £2. I'll have to check my book, but I think it was £1 actually. And it's 10.25 inches in diameter. Now, I actually found the identical plate sold through First Dibs for $280. It sold it at that price, which was shocking. But I've gone for $75. This was cute as hell. This is English Pottery by Bretby, and it's a tortoise, or I think it's a tortoise or terrapin or something like that. Pretty confident it's a tortoise. Now, I was at first wondering whether this white on the legs was supposed to be there or whether it was just dirty, but it's on all four legs and it wouldn't wash off, so it's supposed to be there. Never seen a piece of Bretby like it. There's the mark 3326, made in England, and there you go, Bretby. Anyway, it's up for £35, and this one actually cost me a £5. But it's a really nice thing. Then we come into, I got a few rarer pieces. So here we have a 1920s German porcelain Bonzo jug. And he's a charming novelty cream jug in the form of Bonzo, naughty little dog, devised by illustrator and cartoonist George E. Studdy from 1878 through to 1948. First appeared as the Studdy dog in the sketch in 1921 and became known as Bonzo in 1922. Very popular through the 20s. Now, they are faked. However, this is an original. A couple of ways of knowing. First of all, the German ones have an impressed number, and there's the impressed number on the back, and they're either marked Germany, or foreign. And there's mine marked foreign. And how do I know this? It is simply because I've done some research. Anyway, there he is. I'll show you the page I've done research on him now. £95. It cost me £2. I am not the dearest out there on the Bonzo jug, believe me. I done a little search, and there's a website I found, bonzo.me.uk, and it talks about the history of Bonzo here, and that tells you they come in variety of sizes and colors. And then where are we? Some had removable lids, so they were containers, but it does tell you that they were copied. Yeah, they're also copied by Japanese. But anyway, most of the German china has a mold number impressed into the item. Most also have the word Germany impressed into the item as well. Occasionally the word foreign appears stamped on the base of the item. So you want it to be stamped foreign and have a mold number if you can. Otherwise you've got to be suspicious, is it a Japanese copy? Doesn't mean it is. But they were pulling silly money. Anyway, moving on. This confused me a bit. Now, you look at it and you instantly think Medina, Maltese glass, Michael Harris. But the signatures underneath really confused me. Never seen it before. If I come across the pictures. So, there's the picture. And it is signed what looks to be IS N.C. 1986. Now, Michael Harris had left Medina Glass by 86. He was working in Isle of Wight glass. But they did carry on his models, shapes, and everything at Medina Glass. But I was unsure, was this Medina Glass? But apparently, I did ask for a bit of help. And they said by then they were using paper labels, which is why it wasn't signed Medina as well. And I said, well, what's the signatures that are on there? And they think it is the glassblower's identification marks. But either way, £65, it come in for £2. This, I don't know when I bought it. And I am not going to go rummaging through my books trying to find it, because I've been pulling some stuff out of my storage. I'm trying to list 100 items a week, but I'm only buying 40 to 50 a week. Therefore, the other 50 a week are coming out of my backlog, my storage of stock from the shop and other things. Anyway, I purchased this. And you can see the birds there. It is basically the Thunderbird, it is known as. Mine is signed on the back and is produced in Cedarwood, Vancouver Island, And I'm going to try and pronounce the name of them in just a moment. I need it up on the screen. And is Kwakiutl tribe. Anyway, let's not go there. Don't know how much it cost me. It wouldn't have been a lot of money, probably less than a $5. It's up for 150. Sounds a lot of money. It's really, really rare. Some people are asking as much as £1,000 for some of this cedarwood stuff. And a little bit of history here. North American Indians who traditionally lived in what is now British Columbia, Canada, along the shores of waterways between Vancouver Island and the mainland. They're one of several indigenous First Nations that inhabit the western coast of British Columbia, Canada, from the central and northern Vancouver Island and the adjacent mainland coast. So this is a real piece of tribal ware. It's really rare to get them signed. It's in good condition and it's a good size, 13.5 inches by 9.5 inches. Really nice bit of tribal ware there. And the fact it's signed instead of just attributed makes it something special. Did I look at any prices? No. Okay. I always buy pens if I can. One tip for you, when people are selling pens and they're asking a $5 and a $10 and you go, I ain't paying a $10 for a pen, look at the nibs. The nib on this particular pen is 18 karat gold, but a lot of the nibs you find will be 14 karat gold. And there's 0.5 gram to even a gram in some of the big Schaefer nibs of gold. And if you work it out, it's 20 plus, about 27, 28 pound a gram for 14 karat, something like 35, 40 pound a gram for 18 karat. This fountain pen, it's got an 18 karat gold nib. It's an American fountain pen by the company Cross. And it cost me £25. It is mint in the box. Absolutely stunning pen. Real good quality. It writes beautiful as well. There you go. Cross established 1846. There's the marks on the pen. There you go. You've got 18K and 750. What you'll have on most of them will be like Parker or Schaefer, and it'll say 14K, but this is an 18 karat. The only thing with the entire pen is that there's a tiny mark on it, but there, and I mean it's tiny. But because it's such an expensive pen, I'll have to photograph it. Anyway, the pen came in for £25, which, to be totally honest with you, is probably the scrap value of the nib. Well, less than the scrap value of the nib. I'm asking 100. If it didn't have that little mark on it, I'd be asking closer to 150 to 200. Beautiful pen, £25 out. It's a fabulous find. Then I had this. This came in for £7. And this is solid brass. Excuse me. It's solid brass. It's a Rolls-Royce Phantom, but it's a box. It's 9 inches long and it's probably a kilo of brass. The lid or the top of the car opens for it to be a compartmental box. The wheels move. There you go. Now, it looks a bit dirty. I have not cleaned it and I have no intention of cleaning it. I want it to have its original patina. It's in lovely condition. So yeah, it cost me £7 and it's up for 75. And the reason I got my price for that, I found a couple sold and this one up for sale, identical piece up for sale on Etsy, £90, 80 pence. So I thought, well, I found a couple sold and this one up for sale. That's the sort of money people are getting from. That's what I'm going to ask. Then I had this off the same seller as the Rolls-Royce. Now this cost me £7 again. And this is a big example. It's 11.5 inches tall. It's beautiful. It's 1960s. It's Murano Samuso Venetian glass duck. And it's absolutely exquisite. I love the movement in it. I love the colors in it. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's in perfect condition. I think there might have been a flea bite on the one tail. That's it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, the trouble is with Murano, the prices are absolutely everywhere. Depending on who done them. There's all different factories in Murano. Murano is not the make, it is the place they come from, the Murano Island. So there's different factories and so forth. Whoever made it determines the price. If you go to 20th Century Glass Encyclopedia, they got all the different factories there for you to go through and everything. But I did manage to find one that had actually sold. And there they have it. Vintage Murano glass submersible. They couldn't even spell duck. It's Dutch. That's because you got autocorrect changing your words. They sold theirs at 480. It's gone, sold. I couldn't find another one of these examples. Now I looked. This is almost like a nail-see type effect to the glass. It's really attractive. Couldn't find another one identical to it. So I've gone off that one. They sold these at 480. I thought the fair price is about 125 for a big Murano duck from the 60s. Well, at least that's what I thought anyway. This was interesting. Now, I took a look at this when I was buying it, and I instantly thought West German Carstens. It's got the right glaze, the right colors, the pattern, everything. It just screamed West German pottery Carstens. Yeah, when you actually look at it, it's stamped Austria with a pattern number. And I thought to myself, well, that's strange. So then I bought it anyway. It cost me £2. I thought, I'm going to do some research on this. Anyway, I come across a very, very interesting article, which I have copied the entire article into my page. And it's an article in 2012 by Mark Hill. But I have actually put a link to his website for people to go to his website and read the full article himself. Anyway, basically it talks about how they were finding Carsten shapes, Carsten glazes and so forth, but marked Austria. And it's a full article on there, and it talks about how, first of all, Carstens used to operate a shop or an area in Austria, and it was called, where is it? Where are we? Bear with me. Where is it? Right, so, yeah, it was asking a question. Did they create it in Austria under license, or were they produced in West Germany by Carstens and then shipped to Germany? That was the question they were asking, and there was a few people talking about it, and they actually had Carstens produced ceramics under the notable Austrian name Goldschneider. So they were very common selling and producing for Austria. And as I say, under an Austrian name. So after this article, I've come to the conclusion, even though it's marked Austria, it is still West German pottery by Carstens. But I've put the entire article in the description for people to read that as well, along with, as I say, the website address. It cost me £2 as a West German pottery Carstens. I've marked Austria. I've put it up for 45. It's a decent size bowl or charger, 12 inches in diameter. So it's a nice thing. And I love the color and pattern. So that was interesting. So if you got something that looks like it should be Carstens, but it's marked Austria, then have a good read of this article. Go to the link I've put in there and have a good read, because there's a few dealers actually talking back and forth on that, giving their thoughts and opinions on how come Carsten shapes and things were marked Austria. And they come to the conclusion then that they're either produced under license in Austria or produced in Carstens for Austria. So, yeah, that was interesting. This is one of a few dogs I bought on the weekend, and they are large, really large, 30 centimeters tall. So, you know, good size. This is a German one again, with an impressed number on the back of the leg of 3001330. 30013 is the pattern, 30 is the size. It's a beautiful thing. The only thing that's wrong with it, it's got a little glaze chip under the chin on the neck. but it's a big beast. There you go. It's got the Goble label rather than the mark. Goble have a variety of marks from a bumblebee all the way through to impressed or stamped Goble. There's the pattern number, which you'd want to see. That's just a beautiful, beautiful spaniel. That was the little glaze flake or chip. And I believe it's a Cocker Spaniel. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a big piece. And it came in for £4. I paid £8 for 2 dogs. This one and a big Price Kensington Hound, which will be in another video. And I did look the prices up. I don't just guess my prices. I look up comparables, what's sold, what people are asking. And people are asking 160, 195. I've gone in at 95 because of the flake there, that little flake there. But I'm a good 100 to 150 under the dearest one out there. So he's a nice thing. And I think the last ones I bought were these, which is a pair of Waterford Crystal champagne flutes. And these are the Millennium series. You wouldn't believe, I bought these off a gentleman who was selling, he had a table full of crystal. He said it's £4 and £5 a glass across the board. I paid £8 for the two, the pair. And then I picked up a little small Waterford clock and he's asking £60 for it because it's Waterford. I thought to myself, well, didn't you look at the glasses to see they were Waterford? They're absolutely stunning quality and worth far more than the clock was. They are fully stamped up on the base. There you go. There's the pattern. If anybody wants to search patterns, there's the Waterford mark. Just go to replacements.com and they do all the replacement crystal and you can get all the patterns and prices and things from there. And I would think these glasses on there are probably £100 each, £80, £100 each, something like that. I got 75 on the pair. Beautiful quality Waterford crystal for the Millennium. So, not a bad little haul. A lot of it's coming for very, very little money. And I'm very, very far behind on my buy-in, on my listing, on my, on my filming. But I am trying to do between 50 and 100 listings a week on the website. So go check it out. There's some really good, interesting gear on there. There's pieces on there that have sold to museums, that should be in museums. So go check it out. Now, if you like my videos, please, please, please share the videos. Ask your friends to share the videos, comment, like them. It really does help the YouTube algorithm, help the channel grow. So hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.